God, I gotta catch it.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to Isshinryu today. It's another live podcast right here on your Wednesday evening. We thank you for tuning in with us this evening. We'll be covering our last part of our first section of our Isshinryu fundamentals for self-defense. This will be covering movements 11 through 15 this evening, using these in your self-defense situations, covering three zones, the distance zone, the close zone for clinch fighting, and then your controlling zone to where it's real close and personal. So we'll be covering these in three different zones. But welcome to the show this evening. Hope you like our dojo. This is where we train at on a normal basis. We decided to bring it over here tonight and trying to move it around. We like the lights in the background. I hope you do too. It's kind of exciting. The kids love them. But to kick off the show, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you for reaching out and sending us your events and things on the Isshinryu News that we do. Miss Rebecca does a great job on Mondays, blasting everybody's events out and everything. So I want to say thank you for that, and thank you for your support and ideas. Tonight we'll be finishing up, like I said, chart 1 or movements 1. This is movements 11 through 15 that we're going to cover tonight for your Isshinryu fundamentals for self-defense. But just like every show, we must remember where we come from in order to know where we're going. And that serves true, especially in today's society with ever-changing things. We have to take a look back at what got us to where we are. And then we have to use those tools and those lessons and that experience to accelerate us in the future. And that's what we're doing here with the show. So I hope you'll back us and join us on this program. Hit that like button, subscribe. It really helps with where it puts us in the ratings, or when you go to type in something about Isshinryu, it pops up first, second, whatever. But anyway, you can find us. It's you go on YouTube, type in Isshinryu today, and click on it and enjoy it. It's just that simple. If you're watching from Facebook, I think we're watching it from Facebook Live and Twitch and a couple other social media platforms. So just look for us. We are out there. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please send us a message or something. We'd love to have you do another interview. Next week, we were talking about maybe doing an interview to kind of give a break from the self-defense stuff, just kind of mix it up a little bit. But if you like these self-defense stuff and you want to keep on with that, just let us know and we'll keep going. We'll go into movements number 2. And then we'll eventually start in our katas and our kobudo and all that stuff. So we got plenty of material to do and plenty of time to do it. But we want to get it out there, and hopefully we're reaching students that maybe don't have a home dojo and they need some training to protect themselves. That's what we want to do. Okay. So first thing I want to do is give a shout out to our founder, Grandmaster Tatsuo Shimabuku. As you can see, picture on my left, probably your right. I don't know. Grandmaster Tatsuo Shimabuku, thank you for your dream in the Isshinryu Karate, a one-heart system. We want to thank you for that, and thank you for sharing your knowledge and skill with our servicemen whenever they came over. Some of these gentlemen may not have had fathers, and some of them may have had fathers, but their fathers wasn't with them, and you kind of stepped in and was a role model for them, and I'm sure they're ever grateful. And it's clear and evident because of what they did with your system. They protected it and preserved the lineage and heritage in which they come from. And that's our job and our duty today, is we want to protect and preserve the lineage and the heritage in which we come from. Our second shout out goes to our first generation students. Our first generation students were the servicemen that Tatsuo Shimabuku taught. Some of those men's names, one was Harold Long, which is the lineage line that I come from. And you can see his picture is over to the right of Tatsuo Shimabuku. And then there was others, of course, but all the first generation students. We won't want to put one more than the other, but we want to make sure that you're recognized and you continue to be recognized. And there's a lot of them. There's a list of them and one day on the show, what we'll do is I'll get a list of all the first generation students. I'll contact some people see if I can't get a list, and we'll go down the list and thank them individually. Even though some of them are not with us anymore, we can still make sure that their name is shouted out and their legacy and their legend lives on. That's what we're here to do, is preserve that history and learn from that history so that we can grow, because without that history, we wouldn't be here today. Thanks to Tatsuo Shimabuku and the first generation students that were obedient students that came back to the United States and started opening up dojos. Can you imagine being a 18-year-old or 19-year-old or 20-year-old and then serving in war and then having to come back, and now you're opening up a karate school in a country that didn't know what karate was? Amazing job. I couldn't do it.
Hard sell.
Hard sell. I'm telling you.
And sold it good.
And sold it good. But it proved efficient and effective. And that's what we try to do on this show by showing you how to use the self-defense techniques to save your life. It proves efficient and it's effective, and it's minimum effort, maximum result. And that's what we want to produce for you, is we want to keep that alive. Okay. So second shout out that we have tonight goes to the first generation students. And then the hardest part, one of the hardest parts, is once you teach these students and they become instructor worthy, they've got to go out to different communities of where they're from and open up different schools. So the second generation students, I'm giving you a shout out because you are really the ones that really spread Isshinryu throughout the United States. And then some of your students were from other countries. And I mean, it just went crazy. And the second generation students did a great job of that because they kept that structure. They kept that structure on how the fundamentals was, how to run a school, how to teach students, and they're still in leadership today, as my sensei is. I'm Grandmaster Phil Little, who trained under Harold Long. So there's my generational line right there, and I want to protect and preserve that. I'm real proud of that. That, you know, I trained under Grandmaster Little, and he's kept that structure and he's kept that preserved, but he's also spread it out. I mean, he started in Tennessee, and now he's in South Carolina, and he's been all over the place teaching and sharing, and I'm grateful for that, to be a part of it, to be able to be a part of that, and for him to trust me even to do this podcast. I'm really grateful for my sensei, Grandmaster Phil Little. So I want to give a shout out to the second generation students tonight, also on Isshinryu today. Now I'm going to turn it over to Miss Rebecca for a few announcements, and then we're going to get started with movements 11 through 15. Okay? All right, ready? Miss Rebecca.
Yay! So this is actually pretty neat. We decided to do it this way tonight because we're actually able, it's actually picking us up a lot better so you can actually see us instead of having all the lights on in the back. That was kind of making us a little too dark. You couldn't really see. But yeah, I'm going to work on getting some more of the comments posted up because, I don't know, Facebook's having some issues of some sort. And I'm not sure if what I just posted is actually showing up or not. But when I get done, I'll get over there and look right quick and try to get that worked out. I'm not sure how Monday night's going to go for where I've been doing the Isshinryu Today Karate News. I don't know how that's going to do for Monday night at 6 o'clock due to my work schedule. So that's why I'm here right now. I'm going to go ahead and give a few of these shout outs for what's happening in karate. So tonight is going to be the last time for the announcement for the Body Armor State Games and the Art Palmer School of Isshinryu Karate, because that is happening this Saturday. So with the podcast not running or not going on the rest of this week, then tonight will be the last shout out for those two. For the Body Armor State Games, it's going to be this Saturday in Concord, North Carolina. You've got until 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night to get registered online. Go to the ncsports.org/SG_karate, and it'll take you right to the karate page. I know they've got the Taekwondo. You can look up the Body Armor State Games and get into there. If you can get to where you can see all those different little boxes and stuff. It's got all those different events that are happening. You can scroll, and it'll end up having a taekwondo that is actually separate from the karate. But they're actually, I think, having this Saturday as well. If they're in the same venue, I'm not sure. But you guys can get more info on that by going to the Body Armor State Games. Also, this Saturday is the Art Palmer School of Isshinryu Karate. They're hosting a seminar with Mr. Jerry Smith. The start time is 10 a.m. Donations are accepted at the door. Location is going to be 1222 Dayton Avenue, Crossville, Tennessee. You can go to the Facebook events for more info on that. But if you happen to be in Crossville, Tennessee, and you just want to happen to go to a seminar with some cool people, head on over there. Because I know that they would appreciate seeing you and sharing knowledge and you learning knowledge and all that happy stuff. That's what we're all about, right? We need to be sharing. Let's see, the Hatchers Martial Arts will be next Saturday. Hatchers Martial Arts, they're going to have a special guest, which is Bill Superfoot Wallace. They will be located at 1403 East Broadway Avenue, Maryville, Tennessee. And you can go to okuinc.com for more info on that and to register for that online. They don't have a register at the door, as far as I know, at least from what I've understand it, it's just strictly, and like I've been saying, mainly all the ones are registered online. So, but you know what? That's fine. Hey, cool beans, as long as you can get there. July 13th, if I butcher this, I'm sorry, you guys. The Kaizoku in Dojo, they are having their first annual Summer Open Traditional Martial Arts Tournament. That is a register online only. You can go to Facebook and find that on there for more information on that. That will be July 13th. That is going to be at 228 Bridge Street, New Cumberland, PA, at the Brahman United Methodist Church. I hate I'm going to end up missing that one, but hopefully we'll be able to make that next time when they do an event. Traditional Okinawa Karate Association is having their summer seminar at Norma Dean Motel in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's going to be located at 3864 Parkway, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. There's a big list of instructors that's going to be there. This is going to be a 3-day event. I'm not even sure where the rest of my notes are for that. But I believe they have that on the Facebook event. I apologize. I totally butchered that one. Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited. I'm bad out of breath here. But you can go to, let's see, it's a TOKA. So look that up on the Facebook events, the TOKA, and see what you can whip up on that. Yeah, I don't have all my notes. I don't know where all my notes are, so I do apologize. That one in Pigeon Forge is August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, by the way. August 3rd is the Camp Hovey-Con. That is going to be by Hashi Carl Hovey and hosted by the Dillsburg Karate Academy. Online registration only. Link to register is on the Facebook event page. That will be held in Dillsburg, PA. And then August 17th, the Isaac Smith, who we love you. If you're watching us, we love you, Miss Erica Smith. They are having a summer camp seminar, and their guests, instructors for that seminar, will be Professor Rick Moneymaker and Professor Michael Patrick. It's $50 for the seminar. It starts for 10 a.m., ends around 3 p.m. They do a pay at the door, which is cash, or you can go to the www.dragonsociety.com in order to get more info on that and to register. Their location will be 1808 Anthony Road, Suite 109 in Burlington, North Carolina. I know I'm talking fast and I'm not trying to, but we got to get to these gentlemen who's got some awesome stuff going on tonight. September 14th, there's going to be 2. The first one is the Circle of Masters. That one is at 201 East Reed Road in Anderson, South Carolina. That one is going to be hosted by Grandmaster Phil Little. See, I didn't even need notes for that one because I love Mr. Papasan. And when we get more information as far as the Circle of Masters of how to register for that, we will get back on here and we will blast that out. Promise that. September 14th, hosted by Mr. Travis Henson, is the War Eagle Invitational Karate and Kung Fu Championships. That will be located at 151 Southwood Drive, Mocksville, North Carolina. Start time is 9:30 a.m. Cash only, day of event, or you can pre-register. I scanned the flyer. The flyer is in the Isshinryu Today podcast group on my Facebook page. And here's actually the flyer. So if you get on there and you see that flyer, it has all the pages that you need. Just download it to your computer, however you need to do it. That way you can print it out and take that with you. And I am fixing to get out of here so they can get started. Later.
All right, guys, welcome to Isshinryu Today. We're going to be diving back into our material, starting with movement number 11. Movement number 11, I'm going to ask Senpai Hopkins if he will perform movement number 11 for you. So it's going to be left foot forward, left hand leg block, 5 straight punches, alternating hands. All right, so it's left foot forward, left hand leg block, 5 straight punches, alternating hands. And now I'm going to show you how you can use that for self-defense. And in this exercise, when you're doing it in your warm-up exercises, I know you may not get 5 punches off. That's okay. You may get 1 or 2 punches off, but it's where you're striking that makes the difference. And I want to make sure that when you're practicing this exercise, that you're precisely hitting the areas that's going to cause damage to your attacker so that you can get away. Okay. So the big thing is safety first. So we'll start from zone 3. And zone 3 is going to be about the distance to where you can shake a hand with someone. Okay. So with this one, we'll go with a punch to the face. And I know you're saying a leg block, but if you block down here, you're going to get punched to the face. Well, there's a lot of mechanics, the before, the ending, the middle, and the beginning of this block that makes it effective. So yes, I'm going to show you how you can use a leg block for a punch to the face. All right, and I'll do it slow. So the leg block, whenever I'm doing it, it comes up, over, and down. Okay, it comes up. If you want to come over and down, that's fine. It comes up, over, and down to perform the correct leg block. So it makes that complete circle of defense. So if he is throwing a punch, it's like, boom, I want to knock that thing down. Okay, again, a little bit faster. Boom, now knock it down and out of the way. Now it's a direct straight line. Boom, I want to aim real low here because I'm stepping forward with this. I want to aim real low and bam, into that hip area, bladder area right above the lower extremities. 1, and then I just do a trace line up through here. 1, 2, that's the liver. Okay, sternum, 3, chin, 4, nose, 5. So I'm just tracing him as he throws this. Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm hitting all of those movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's from this zone here. Okay, if it had been a grab with the other hand, then that would have put me boom on the outside of it. I can still get 1 right there to the same, right above that hip line, that floating rib right in there. 1, 2, and this one follows. This hits one side, that hits the other side, and that's really painful. And then 3 right behind right into this shoulder here. 4 comes right to the head, and then 5 goes right to the back of the head. So all you have to do is know how to. Okay. All you have to do is know how to do the move up, over, and across. Okay. Taking it to a different zone, taking it to zone 2. Zone 2 is going to be a little closer, like right here. Now you're like, how in the world are you going to get this off? Well, our style is designed for close-in fighting anyway, okay? So using this move, a block can be a strike and a strike can be a block, okay? So this lower leg block, if we get in this position right here, not this tight yet, we're going to get there, but this might be where we're here, okay? And this is where the fight is kind of dangerous because this is where it's engaged. It started out here, we got here, basically going to end up here and then down there. Okay, so we're hitting it in all four stages. Right now, this is zone 2, where this might be look like your continuous sparring, which is what it may be. Okay, so we're here, and he throws a punch. I just want to turn my body. See how I turn down, and I keep this hand here so that I can really drop this bomb in a downward position into bam right into that liver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now it becomes a tighter in tight punch, and it's going to back him up. Right? It's going to back him up. So from this distance, instead of really reaching out here doing this block, I just turn my body. Boom. See how I turn, protect myself, then I knock it down. Let's say I hit it and it don't go down. That's fine. I still extend my leg block and move myself in so that I can get that punch straight to that old nozzle there, okay? And then now it's 5 punches. They don't have to be in a low area. They can all be right here. It's 5 punches. It's 5 straight punches. It don't say where. It just says 5 straight punches. I like to teach it to follow up the body line. But if I get in this tight and I can't get to his body, I'll take 5 here. Okay, that's fine with me because I'll change those into forearms, and that's correct too. Okay, so using it in zone 2, but let's say we get here and he goes to push me. Well, that's what this is for. See how I came across myself? I get from one side or the other and knock it down. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now we get into different things. So we'll move it a little tighter now. We'll move it up to here. Now, how in the world are you going to do a leg block from here? That's going to go around behind you. Well, remember, it goes from your shoulder to shoulder, not his. So if we're here, then all I do is I just use this hand that's here, and I bring these across, boom, into here. Now my leg block becomes a strike down on it, okay? Strike down on that chin, and now it's 5 straight punches. So it's a head moving game. It's a head moving game. Boom, to there, and then down. All right, and that allows me to get my open up for my bam, that rocket to that sternum. Pretty much a done deal right there because once I get this, and I'll show you real slow up here, real close. We're here. What I'm doing is I'm pushing this straight across, and that right there to that ear. And then that forearm's hitting, and that's hitting right there on that jawline. And then, bam, I'm rocking that sternum, okay? And then I just follow with 4 more punches, and I'm good. Okay? And he's not. So that's what we want, okay? That's movement number 11. We'll move to movement number 12. It's similar, but this one is a side block versus a leg block that comes over and down. This one goes across already. This way, and does the foot. Okay, go ahead. Side block, 5 straight punches. Okay, sort of the same thing. I won't spend a lot of time on it. I do want you to recognize the differences, though. So in this one, remember this one came over and down. This one blocked to the outside of his arm here. Okay, this one is going to go to the inside of his arm here. Okay, and this hand's coming across this way in case that it was the other punch, whichever. So now I got to choose which side block I want to use, this one or this one. Okay, so when this side block comes, boom, I'm getting right there, and now it's 5 straight punches, and I like tracing this thing within a fist distance of his body. Boom, 4 or 5. Okay, and I want to keep that. Boom, 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 boom. Just all right here, just wearing this out like a machine gun. Okay, hitting that same general area, with different pressure points. But notice the block. Notice the block in the first punch is right there already. Boom. And I'm staying behind his head because this one traces right across there for the second one, okay? And if I did this in something that some of you may be familiar with, if I did this block here, there's my punch, here's my tracer. If I did that one more time, it sets you up for something that we call seisson kata, okay? So these are in your katas, and they're found in your katas, and we want to express that, okay? So real slow, here, I've got my head behind my hands, side block opens up, and these hands come back across for that punch. 1, 2, okay? It's the way that works from zone 3. That's from the handshaking position. From zone 2, it's a little tighter. So now my block becomes a strike or whatever. He may be reaching or grabbing or whatever. Just grab with this hand. You're just going to grab me up. You're going to try to pull me or whatever. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep this here. And I'm going to take that there. Boom. Right to his head. Boom, boom. Okay? Boom. My side block. Okay? And I'm going to do a little open hand so you can hear it. Boom. Right into there. 1. Okay? 1. Boom. Now I'm giving my 5 punches. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. I'm just connecting the dots with what's here. Wrist, elbow, shoulder. He's got a fist ready on the other side. So I really got to get this up here. Okay? I really got to get this up here. So if he throws it, boom, I've got this. I can still, boom, right into there. Boom. Okay? Straight into that side block. Okay? That's from zone 2. We'll go from zone 3, which is really tight. And again, it's the same thing. If I want to focus on the arm, I can. All I got to do to get him off of me here is when I push forward, I just get to the back side and move him out of the way if I need to. Or me, I like keeping him here. I get my head down, and this comes up to a, look at this, real close. I'm not going to do it hard because I love my uke. This is hitting right here in the ear, right here. Okay, we're grabbed here. I'm getting right here in the ear as this forearm's hitting the other side. 1, 2, 3, right there. Boom, 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 boom. I'll give him 5 of those right behind that ear and that jawline. And if I get 5, probably the first one's going to rock his world a little bit, okay? So the side block. That's the side block, 5 straight punches, alternating hands, okay? The next move we're going to do is going to be you step forward with this move. And as you step forward, you conceal. We're going to do a chop to the midsection, left hand chop to the midsection, right hand chop to the base of the neck. And notice I protect the elbow, okay? Notice I protect the elbow. So left foot forward, left hand chop to the midsection, right hand chop to the base of the neck. Good. One more time, protect your elbow. Good. All right. So from zone, excuse me, from zone 3, which is our handshaking position, that would be here to where he could throw a punch or I could throw a punch. Either way, okay? So from this position, the first thing I want to do is get his eyes. I want to get his eyes. And I step forward with this leg. And notice what he done when I step forward. Notice the natural body movement. Boom. See him step to this side? That's perfect because this hand's coming up as this one's going under. So he's giving me something there. He's giving me something there. If we're here, I go to move forward, boom, and he steps. He's giving me this right there automatically. This comes up. All right. This comes as a torquing motion. Boom, right there. As this comes up underneath that floating rib here, this is coming right here. And protecting that, why did I say protect the elbow? Throw a knee strike with that one. Boom. Protect that arm from that knee strike coming up, okay? So as we move into this, if he throws a punch, let's say he throws a jab with his hand, boom, I moved that out of the way. See how I moved it? Just from one side to the other. boom, 1, 2, and then right across this hits the shoulder, and that hits the back of the head. And that allows me to do a lot of things here, okay? A lot of things, all right? So it's a setup move going from zone 3 to 2 to 1. So you're closing that distance by just doing this, okay? All right, let's go to zone 2. We might be here, all right? And what I want to do is I want to slide from one side of my body to the other side on both. So we may have a hold on me here, okay? And I'm going to have to trap these. See how I trap them? Boom. One comes up underneath to give me that space. Boom. So I backs him up. Boom, right into that ear. And that's a done deal. That's done. Yeah. Because I keep his hands here. He ain't got no choice but to take what I give him. Boom. Right up underneath him. Boom. In an upward motion. And then right behind that ear. All right. And again, protect that elbow. From a knee strike coming up. Yeah. All right.
It's like guys are in their maiden.
Yeah.
Definitely would be like this.
These crossings here is cool. So even if he didn't grab it, let's just say the guy in here was getting ready to do it. Boom. So I push myself, push my head on the backside, and I can get this pulled right up underneath there. Boom. I'm just gonna go ahead and let him have it. Right there, okay? So it's real fighting for real people. It's keeping it simple. All right, let's go to zone 3 here. Now we're in here. So all we're going to do is, remember I talked about in the last show of displacing weight by your stance that lifts his shoulders and stuff. So now that my push comes, this one pulls down as this one pushes up into this. Now I got this straight down the pipe. Straight down the pipe. So since that's not the move, it is because I'm going here, 1, 2. So when I come here, I just go here. See how this comes? If I want to catch him here with that one, I can. Boom, and just lay him back. And just lay him back. Boom, boom. So we're here. Boom. All right. As this comes high, boom, this comes in. Boom. Right upside his head. Bam, right on that temple right there. His hand's in the way. It don't matter. I'm taking and torquing this here and letting his hand, bam, right into that. Right there. Even if his arm's right here. Boom. It don't matter. Okay? So that's one of those. That's a bad little move. That's a bad little move. So another one that you can do for this situation is you can pull this head. You can pull this head here down to here. Okay. Now, when I come up with this, I can set this and then get this right up underneath and then right over the top. So there's many different applications to use the same move for. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So, because it has to come from out to in and then in to out.
Looks like you said,
the same
it's
time.
just the beginning, the ending, and the middle.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So there's all kind of in betweens. Even if I didn't get the chop, but I got this first move here. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
This sets up this forearm strike here. If I just take this and push this back and reach right here, and now I do my turn just like I would in 2 times 2. Right? It's still the same move. It's just a different location. Right. It's still here.
Yeah.
It's just a different location.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to get caught up in the fact that, well, I have to, for my self-defense, I have to do it this way.
Right.
No, well, what it's teaching you is the mechanics of the move.
Right.
And the mechanics of the move may differ depending on the situation. If I was a kid and I had to use this move, then I could be hitting the ankle and the knee,
Right.
or the knee and the hip, okay? But I could also, if there's a guy leaning down on me, I could also use this move as me popping up on him or hitting in the rib area. Boom, boom. So it's the mechanics of the move, of this movement as one. Instead of it's got to be here It's got to be there. It's the mechanics of this torquing motion. Okay? And you'll see that in your katas. There may be a kata where you have to use this same mechanics motion. You know, there may be one of the katas later on where you see that move. There may be even a kata where you use it opposite. You may use it opposite. You may pull this one and push that one.
You have to look,
It may be in the, it may be a one-two or something. It may be opposite.
You have to look at your card just there.
So just throwing some ideas out for you guys to senseis to work on and understand that focus more on the mechanics of that hip torque, of that body torque versus here, which is all arm, and that's dangerous anyway, because if you know anything about jujitsu, and you can put your own self in an Americana lot, if you're flexible enough, then you can get your own self in trouble with yourself, okay? So the next move that we're going to do is one of my favorite moves of all because it's fighting, is left foot forward, right hand strike to the base of the ribs, left hand strike to the base of the ribs. And I do it a little different. Instead of coming around, I go down with one and up with the other. So I just want you to understand that it's right hand strike to the base of the ribs, left hand strike to the base of the ribs. And I go down and yeah, okay. Good. Good. One more time. Left foot forward, right hand strike to the base of the ribs. That's it. And still, it's that same torquing motion. This one's coming up as that one's going down. You see what I'm saying? It's that same torquing motion. So once I torque this up, I've got the torque to bring it back down. And I love using it that way. You can use it that way. You can use it this way. It's still effective. And depending on the situation, which you'll see, me change that up to where I'll use both, depending on the situation.
Mechanics are pretty much the same.
Mechanics are pretty much the same. In the first one, we're going to go from our zone 3, which is right here. Okay. And the first thing we're going to do is notice the torque. We have to chamber that right one. That means our left one is doing something as well. It's not just sitting here, not doing anything. Okay. So he's going to throw, let's turn for this one. Let's turn it about right there. Okay. So he's going to throw a punch and I'm going to torque this thing. See how I torque? And now I've got it all right here, chambered. I'll just do that a little bit slower. Torque. And I'm torquing it right there. I'm going to step forward now. I'm still in a kibidashi or whatever. I'm going to ready stance. I'm going to step forward now. And with me stepping forward, I'm driving this thing down into here, down into this liver, and then up to the back of his head. Bam! Right there. Okay? So that's a block in 1, 2, and I'm staying behind his shoulder in case he wants to throw that little punch. 3, and that's in case he throws a spinning elbow on me after. Okay, so I'm going ahead and getting all these things eliminated. Boom! Right there. Eliminated right there. Okay? Boom, boom. All right? That's from zone 3. I want to show that one because a lot of people don't know that this front hand is actually doing something.
Right. I agree. That's not.
And so when they throw that, remember, boom, I'm knocking that down. And now I'm closing the distance. I'm tracing that arm right there. Boom. Stand behind this side so I don't get hit. And then bam, right to that jawline. And that coming up down to him,
I think
with that torque, that's done.
That's done.
That's done. If not, it's going to hurt real bad. Okay? Enough for you. You already put yourself in a position to where, boom, I can run and get out of there if I need to. Or I can take him with me if I started adding a little bit of moves together in your chart. If I went 1, 2, 3, and then I come back with one of these, you know, to stack. When we go into chart 2, we start stacking. This is where this comes into play. So on the first punch, if I just did a stack here, I could really rip him back this way if I needed to. You know what I'm saying? Then you start getting into some jiu-jitsu lots of things. So, yeah, it's okay. Zone 2 is right here. All right. Now this is your close in fighting as you can get, because this one comes down right through the bend of this arm. And whether he blocks it or not, it's irrelevant, because this next one's going to rock his world. So from here, as I get this little hook jab right there, see how it doesn't matter if he blocks it or not. So I get this hook jab to set this up, and then boom, boom, coming right there. 1, 2, right there. All right. So we're in here. This comes right across. Bam. I'm going right behind that wrist, catching that chin. This one's coming as this one's coming right behind it. Boom. And that's my Lord. I mean,
It's not clean. It's not clean.
that's boxing 101 right there. You got this little hook jab, and then boom, boom.
Right.
And then 2 little hook punches. My goodness, all you got to do is come up with an uppercut. And, oh, wait, that's combining the moves, right? Remember the uppercut. All you got to do is combine the uppercut there, and you pretty much got a good boxing game going on. So if you'll work those drills, you know, if you're sitting here and keep your head down tight behind your hands, you got a 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's 2 pieces of biscuit.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, that's from zone 2. We'll go from zone 3, which is going to be right here. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn a little bit for the camera here, because on this one, I'm going to step past it. Okay. I'm going to step past it, and I'm going to come 1, 2. All right. And that's a 1, 2 move. This one is the same 1, and this one comes right here, 2. And I bring that all the way back to my hip. Okay. So we're here. Let's start from this. Right here. All I'm going to do is step past him with this boom, right in there, and 2. See, I'm coming straight down the back of that head, 2. Okay. A lot that you can do there to follow. If you like ground game, that's where we're going. Remember, we told you it's going to end up there. But I want to have control of that before I go down. And this sets you up perfect, and I'll show you why. Going real slow is I push his head to one side as I step through with this driving punch. And I want to hit him with this forearm strike and the chest at the same time. 1, and once see his head move back, he's straight in, boom. This comes to the back of the head. This is where I'm going to pull backwards, and I'm going to wrap my legs, and we're going down to the ground right here. Just going to lay him down, and I'm going to stay on top of him, clinch him out, choke him out. Okay. All right, that's zone. Was that 3 already?
It was 3 already.
That was in title? Okay. Man, I got so excited. I was going so fast. I apologize for that. So, another move, if you want to clamp these together whenever you're, if you want to clamp these together, you can. Whenever we're in this tight, he throws, he may try to go around my head, grab my head like this. Okay. That's good, because all you got to do is stay with the same move, but you're going to come up with a seatbelt right here. That's all you're going to do right there. If he tries to grab my head, I just grab his back and push it down on his head right here. Boom. Boom. Whatever I need to do. 1, 2 again. Same move. Okay. So he grabs my head, I grab his back. It's called a seatbelt. And I just lock it in. We can do that real slow, a little closer so they can see. He goes to grab my head. I just step behind his leg here, and I just, boom, connect. 1, 2, grab the seatbelt and push. Okay. Just buckle the seatbelt. 1, 2, maybe. Okay. Maybe found there. I don't know. We'll have to get into that when we get into that. Okay. But just some good little moves that you can use with these moves of 1, 2. Okay. Is that 14?
Yeah, we got one more thing, and that's the step behind.
All right, movement number 15. Right foot back, and as I said, sometimes you may not be going straight back. You may be going right foot back and then pulling into a T-step. So what I want you to understand is the mechanics. The mechanics of these moves is, notice I put one hip forward when I go back, and then I bring the other hip back to it. That's critical versus staying straight and bringing everything back. It's that torquing motion, staying in the center of that pole. That's very important. Okay. So understanding that this move is doing a lot more than what you're thinking. I'm gonna give you a basic bunkai off of it. I use it many different ways. I use this move a lot. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you. So it's right foot back, left foot forward T stance, right elbow to the rear, stomp the top of the foot. That's what it says on your foot. Okay? Come up some so you can see something. All right. So going from zone 3, it's going to be a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then pull. Okay. And that's just going to give me my out if I need my out. All right. I'll show you a couple different variations from this. Let's say he throws a punch. 1, 2, 3. See how the 3 comes into that elbow to the throat. What'd you do, Sensei? Well, I step back 1 with my block. 2 down. 3 into here. Boom. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 3. All right. So simple 1, 2, 3. But what I do is I lay this across, pull back as I'm pushing forward. All right. Now, if it's a grab, if he does a grab, I'll use it the same way. Lay this across, but I'll pull this back with it. Boom, into that. Okay. I just keep a hold of this hand and I pull it back with me. And that's where the stomp the top of the foot comes in as I hit this into there. Okay. That's a good shot. Right? But it's his body weight coming in on me. Okay. So that's from zone 1. Right. Yeah, zone 1. Zone 2 is going to be right here. Now I want to focus more on either his back front into there. That's a shot. Yes, it is. That's a shot. So we're here. All I do is boom into there. Bam. All right. Bam. 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 Okay. That's zone 2. You can use it that way. There's many different variations from it. Like I said, you'll experience. I did that for the shorter people because they need some body shots, and those are nice body shots. From this zone, all I'm gonna do is lay across, push, pull. Okay. So from here to push, pull. Okay. It's a rocking move. Now I'll do it slow. Lay across, push, pull if he's still there.
That's not sharp. We can move
Okay.
it.
So that's zone 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed some of this. Hope you can use it. Hope you can build off of it. Up for your ideas, your bunkai. This is not one set way of you have to do it this way. This is just ideas. Okay. This is just something that just come off the top of my head. I didn't rehearse for this. I had to go with what's given to me. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. Hope you can use it. And who knows, I might do 20 more different sets with the same move another time. So, but that's what I like about the Isshinryu system is because
it's really there's a plethora of anything.
it just continually builds.
One move.
You know, even if we were here, check this out. This is a good little move. Just popped in my head. So let's say he throws a punch and I want to use this move and I want to come right back with this elbow to the spine. Same way. I just move it by and I just move it by, boom, and now I just drop back into there. At the same shot too. So you see what I'm saying? It just builds and gives you more ideas. And then you go to the ground and it gets even worse or better. I'm gonna say better.
Depending on what side you're on.
Yeah, depending on what side.
Depending on what side you're on.
So hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna have Hoppy do if he's in shape enough, it's okay. I want you to do the whole chart. Because that concludes our chart on. That's okay. I'll call him out.
We can step up some more.
Right foot forward, Seisan stance. Right hand straight punch, recall back to blocking position. Left foot forward, Seisan stance. Left hand straight punch, recall back to blocking position. Right foot forward, Seisan stance. Right hand uppercut. Left foot forward, Seisan stance. Left hand uppercut. Notice that hand staying in the middle. Right foot back, left hand leg block, right hand straight punch. On the other side. Good. So you want to do each side, but for the show, we're just going to do it. Right foot back, left hand open side block, right hand forward down. Right foot back, left hand, I left this one out. Side block, left hand side block, left hand straight. Got it a little out of order. Right foot back, left hand open arch sweep, right hand uppercut. Right foot back, left hand head block, right hand straight block. Or rising block, whichever way you call it. Right foot back, left hand cross body block, left hand bridges and nose punch, right hand straight. Left foot forward, left hand leg block, 5 straight punches, alternating hands. Left foot forward, left hand side block, 5 straight punches, alternating hands. Left foot forward, left hand chop to the midsection, right hand chop to the base of the knee. Left foot forward, right hand strike to the base of the ribs, left hand strike to the base of the ribs. Movement number 15 is right foot back, left foot forward T-stance, right elbow to the rear, stomp the top of the foot. Yeah, 2. Great. We hope you enjoyed Isshinryu today and our fundamentals of Isshinryu self-defense found in our fundamentals. And we will do another show with this, and the self-defense will be a total different sequence when we need to get back to it. But the next show that we got, if we don't have a interview with a person, then we will continue on with chart 2, if you're good with that. But let's give Hopkins a round of applause. He really goes through the beatings and tearing downs and stuff, but
Not a better way to learn though.
not a bad way to learn. So guys, thank you so much. We're over and out right here in Lexington, North Carolina at the Kia Dojo, paying homage and tribute to our founder, Grandmaster Tatsu Shimabuku and his Isshinryu karate system. We love you. God bless you, and good night.
God bless me.
Right. Right.